What's up, YouTube? This is Ty from Team TYC here, and today we're bringing you an interesting deck profile from one of the teammates, Neb. And would you like to explain this deck to us?
DINOMISTs that sync. They're tons of fun.
Sounds gross. Let's get into it.
All right. Starting off, we have the card for the OTK strat, DINOMIST Spinos. Tribute, he attacks directly or can attack twice. Tribute 2 cards, he does both effects.
All right.
DINOMIST Rex. Again, level 5. He, whenever he attacks, tribute 1, shuffle any card, doesn't target, or attack again with piercing.
All right.
Ceratops, he's Cyber Dragon if you only control DINOMISTs. And Brachion.
The true Cyber Dragon.
The true Cyber Dragon. If your opponent has a higher attacking monster and you don't have a Brachion already, then he's a Cyber Dragon.
All right.
That's it for the level 5s. All scale effects are the same. All 3s stop destruction of DINOMIST cards, and all 6s stop targeting. And yes, that does work against Twin Twister. Up next, we have the Stratus of the deck. 3 Terran.
Right.
Anytime he destroys a card, search. 3 Plesios, God card of the deck. For each one on field, 100 attack and defense is lost on your opponent's monsters. And that goes for every DINOMIST card and their effective stack. So, that's amazing. Something you don't see often, 3 Stegosaur. You can play this in any Pendulum deck, period. Does not have to be DINOMISTs. Effect says if another Pendulum monster attacks, at the end of that damage calc, destroy the monster that attacked and the one it attacked into. So you attack with something weak, like Performing Pal Cheer Mole, pop that and that Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Good time. And the new guy for the deck, Triple Ankylos, or should I just say Dark Law. Every card that's destroyed by battle with the DINOMIST, banish it.
Yeah, that's what this game needs, another Dark Claw.
Basically. So that's it for the level 4s. If you notice, I'm running 2 of all the 5s and 3 of all the 4s, because the 5s clutter up your hand a little too much.
You learn from experience.
Very much. My own personal tech that I like, 2-1, and he's definitely the best tuner for this deck. Especially since you really don't need to go into extra deck much, but if you have him in your hand and he's not a 3k beat stick, just use him as sync. Pretty easy.
Yep, we all know that.
And last monster, 1 Maxi, because I hate Maxi, because I will draw Maxi, and then drop it to draw Maxi, to draw Maxi, and then draw 1 DINOMIST. So, 1 Maxi.
Happened at the Philadelphia Regional.
Yeah, don't want to talk about that.
All right, spells.
Triple charge.
Okay.
First off, activate it. Free Shadows.
Mm-hmm.
And then when any DINOMIST monster would go to extra deck, you have to bring them to hand. So that's fun.
Okay.
2 of the field spell. Boost them all by 300. They're all Armades. Easy. 2 MST, because you don't want to discard, so no Twin Twisters.
Never any Pendulum deck you want to.
Never. 1 limit removal. Never know. You want to set this, activate it when they attack with Terran with that Blue Eyes, or I don't know, OTK with that Spinos. 1 Regeki, because you need a board wipe. That's it for spells.
All right, let's move on to those traps. Those traps you always want to open.
Nah, maybe not always. 1 Eruption. I tried to make this work. It's a one-of. Has to be, if anything. 2 Rush. Because amazing. Special summon any DINOMIST from your deck. Unaffected by card effects, period. Your own, your opponent's, period. But it's destroyed during the end phase. Only 1 per turn.
Okay.
1 Strike, because you need to have at least something to negate summons. And Mirror Force lineup. 2 Quaking, 1 Drowning. Quaking, put him face down. Drowning, put him back in deck. I don't want to deal with it. And finally, my own personal favorite tech, 1 Rivalry. A lot of people don't know how to get around this card at all. It's really funny because all the DINOMISTs are machines. And like I said, you really don't need to go into your extra deck that much. It's just not worth it.
Mm-hmm. No, it's not what a lot of other people would say.
And a lot of other people would say it was a bad deck. And all those people are going into their extras a lot.
All right, let's go into the extra deck.
Extra deck time. Here is some fun stuff. Nirvana High Paladin.
Most hype card out of Dark Illusions, yet it's only like $10.
Yeah, and trust me, this card's worth the hype. And there's literally not a single time when if I can sync, I can't make this. Not a single time. In Cloud Castle, borrowing it from a good friend of mine right now. It's okay. I don't like it too much. 1 Vulcan the Divine. he's an iffy card. Really, he's just there to recycle your charge if you have one on field already. That's literally it. One high speed Roid Kendama, special summon to make that Nirvana play if you have no cards on field. And banish any machine. So if you overlay with Dinomist, they're dead in grave. So just banish it and deal 500 burn damage.
All right.
One Armides. I know every card is Armides, but you can never have enough Armides. One Dueler and Tiger of the Ice Barrier. Activate his effect. You put your scale and your charge back in your hands. Recycle charge by reactivating it, and then reset your scale, and he's up 1,500.
All right.
That's never a bad gain. One Ally of Justice Cataster. If it attacks anything that's not a dark, destroy it. My main synchro in the deck, Metaphys Horus.
Metaphys Horror.
If you make it with a normal monster, it's unaffected by card effects for the turn. If you make it with an effect or a pendulum monster, or if you make it with an effect monster as the non-synchro material, target one other card on the field, negate its effects, period. If you make it with a pendulum monster, your opponent has to give you one card they control, one monster. And that doesn't matter, doesn't target, they have to. So you make it with a pendulum effect, you do get both effects. One Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, that's supposed to be that's mainly a side card, but my side's filled. And it's supposed to be a Barbaroid, and you're going to see why in a second. And yes, I do overlay, that's not much. One Hope Woven Dragon Spider Shark, if it dies, it's a monster reborn, so you bring back the material. One Abyss, because I don't like dealing with BA or Cosmos. One Tyrus, never made this really, so that's you know, you can opt that out, doesn't matter. One Volcasaurus, because if you're gonna cowboy for game, you might as well go dinosaur on it. We got prehistoric levels. One Nova and one Infinity. I hate these cards. If your opponent's playing by draw, basically, they use their entire hand. You were Geki'd. They have one draw to try to beat you right now. Just make that. Just hey, you're playing by draw. You're losing.
Yeah, everybody else would say it's a good card.
I hate Infinity. It's not even a good card. Yeah, you get that free negate, but there's just so many better cards. But it's definitely worth at least running one of.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it for side. And definitely you can probably see how easy this is to make, considering all the level 4s. Just make any level 6, and boom, there it is.
Alright, so let's check out the side deck now.
And now for side deck. 2 Flying Sea, in case you're playing either Blue Eyes and they're an overlay version, or you're playing BA or Satellars. Flying Sea. 2 Imperial Iron Walls, because there's only one card I have that even banishes, so it's not worth it to have. Like, banishing doesn't matter. 1 Pendulum Hole, because you don't want to deal with any other Pendulum decks. I'm Pendulum Summoning. I don't want you doing it. Again, Unwavering Bond. I'm Pendulum Summoning. I don't want you doing it. Banish anything that's in scale or any monster that activates an effect on field if it's Pendulum. 1 Chalice. That card is great. Just target, negate. It goes up by 300, 400, but definitely won me games. 1 Pendulum Reborn in case you can't put High Paladin in scale. 2 System Downs. I'm Machines. You're not allowed to be. 1 Mask of Restrict. Not sure how good Monarchs are going to be right now after that ban list hit, so I'm not sure if that's going to stay in there or not. 1 additional Rivalry, because like I said, that's my own personal thing I just like to run, and a lot of people just can't figure out how to get over it. The actual Cyber Dragon, because Chimera Tech does exist. 1 Kaiju, because Kaijus are Kaijus are Kaijus, and Kaijus are out to everything. Doesn't matter.
Pretty much.
I used to use Gameciel, I just don't know where it went, so yeah. And 1 Effect Veiler, because Veiler's a fun time. And level 1 tuner, so there you go. There's that level 6 sync.
Alright guys, that'll do it for this DINOMIST deck profile. Anything else you want to say before we sign off?
They're still missing something. More than likely just the boss monster. Because everyone, I know Ignites are getting more support right now. Out of Raging Tempest, it's supposed to be Magispectors. So I'm assuming that Dinomists are going to be getting support sometime.
You wish.
I'm assuming.
You're hoping.
I'm assuming. So hopefully they'll get a boss monster, and it will be, hopefully, this is me praying that it'll be a synchro monster, and they'll have like a level 1 Velociraptor tuner, or like a level 4 Velociraptor tuner. It'll be level 8 sync.
All right, well, that'll do, that'll do for this DINOMIST deck profile, guys. All right, just leave a like and comment if you like the video, and don't forget to subscribe. All right, later, guys. Team TYC, out.
Deuces.